Hey, Sissy.
Hello, my friends.
How's everyone? Just give me a minute, please. I'm going to bring up lesson. Today is what, the 21st? So lesson 21. By the way, I told you this was going to happen. My 9K celebration was short-lived. Yesterday, I dropped down to 8,997. So that was what, I think seven subs lost. The march to 10K is just a little bit longer. All right, let's bring up the live stream on the big screen. My guest who was going to be on this afternoon, Teddy Hicks, who's a friend, her and I. Hey, Laura. Good morning. She lives up the street from me. We got to know each other on early morning walks. We were looking at the same nature. Both of us were looking at owls and beavers, foxes. She is an author of Life Gets Better Every Day, which is a book of affirmations, and a newly minted life coach from University of Baltimore, Maryland. But, however, she's unable to make it today, so it'll be an open live stream unless someone reaches out and says, "Hey, uh, I got a lot of guests that have been invited, and we're still ironing out the times and the days." So you never know what might happen, but if not, we'll just hang out. And then tonight is Wednesday, so it'll be the Esoteric Cafe, unless Squirrel Sniper, who's been pretty busy, unless he, you know, is otherwise occupied. We'll see how it goes.
I've recently come to learn that a lot of founders.
There we go. What did I say? Lesson 21, right? We're going to wait and see if our friend Anna is here. Sissy says, love Teddy. Me too. Appreciate you guys supporting her. Hey, Lady Sky. How are you? Yesterday we had Julie up. Hey, Anna. I just mentioned you, Anna. Yeah, yesterday we had Julie up, and then we had a new guest, Cynthia Orlando, who was a lot of fun. Woke up to a bad dream, Yogi. I'm sorry, Lady Sky. Sissy says, guys, she shares daily affirmations from her channel. Yep, from her book. And we have her book over here somewhere. Lady Sky says, I'm kind of shaken up from it, Yogi. All right, before we start, hold on. Before we start doing our daily lesson, I'm almost there, guys. For some reason, it's the right shoe that's hard to put on. Let's do some breath work with Lady Sky. Lady Sky, you want to do some quick breath work? Thank you, Sissy. Sissy drops the link for Teddy Hicks. Highly recommend Teddy's book, Teddy's channel. We'll reach out to her and see when she wants to come up, when she wants to reschedule, or she'll reach out to me. And in the meantime, go check out her affirmations on her channel. It's a good way to start today. Lady Sky says, yes, breath work. Okay, Lady Sky, you mentioned that ha breath yesterday, right? So we're going to do that ha breath. We breathe in. We breathe out. Hey, Solana. What's going on, my friend? I see a little broken heart there. Just let me get my shoes on really quick here. That was me. So we're going to do that through the nose, making that ha sound as it's a little constriction of the throat, as if we're snoring. Very light snore. We're going to breathe in through the nose for count of 4. There's going to be a pause. We're going to exhale through the nose for count of 4. There's going to be a pause. So remember that ha sound as if you're fogging up a bathroom mirror, but your mouth is closed. And then you just reverse the process as you breathe in. A snore. Give me a thumbs up, whoever's going to participate, if and when you're ready, and then we're going to dive into lesson 21. I will guide you through it. We breathe in through the nose for a count of 4, very gentle. We breathe out through the nose for a count of 4, very gentle. Just waiting for a thumbs up, and we'll get started. We're going to ease into our day. We're going to ease out of... Hey, Hammer. All right. Ladies, guys ready? Sissies ready? So if you're capable, if you're driving, if you're on the road, don't close your eyes and maybe not do this breath. But this is a very relaxing breath. Wherever you are sitting, keep your back straight but not rigid, comfortable. You can put your hands in your lap, on your knees. Do a quick little scan through the body, starting at the eyes and down to the jaw, through the shoulders, and just put attention on each of those spots. If you feel any tension, exhale with a little bit of a sigh and relax. Bring your attention to the nose and feel the breath as it rises up through the nose and out through the nose. Let your attention travel back down to your belly. And notice that as you breathe in through the nose, your belly gently expands. And as you exhale, the belly gently falls back. Very much like a tide. Incoming tide, outcoming tide. We breathe in and the tide rises, the belly rises. We exhale, the tide falls back. In and out. Now completely relax. Take a breath through your nose using that ha sound for a count of 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the nose for 2, 3, 4. In through the nose for 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the nose for 2, 3, 4. In for 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. In for 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. In for 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. In for 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. In for 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. In for 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. In for 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. In for 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. and let go of the breath. Allow it to settle back into its own easy and natural rhythm. Completely relaxed, at ease. Leaving anything that's no longer serving us behind and ready to embrace whatever is coming up fully with an open heart. Having nothing but love, nothing but love, nothing but love. When you're ready, open your eyes, and I'll see you guys in the chat. You're welcome, Joe. Joe, good morning, my friend. That was 4 in, 4 out, and if possible, remember to use what's called the Ujjayi breath, which is Sanskrit for victorious breath. But we also like to call it the ocean's breath. And again, you do that by imagining you're fogging up the bathroom mirror, but very gentle with your mouth closed. We breathe in. And then we reverse the process as we breathe in, the same sound, as if we're snoring, as if we imagining that we are a miniature Darth Vader, and we're making that breathing in and out. You're welcome, Lady Sky. Hey, Miss Pepper. Let me bring up the workbook. We're doing lesson 21. Guys, you're rolling along. We're 4 lessons away from one of my all-time favorite lessons. Lesson 21 says, I am determined to see things differently. Remember yesterday, lesson 20, I am determined to see. Now we're given a little bit of a key. Another veil of that blocks the awareness of love is pulled away. Now we are determined to see things differently. What do we want to see? We want to see reality. The idea for today is obviously a continuation and extension of the preceding one. This time, however, specific mind-searching periods are necessary, in addition to applying the idea to particular situations as they may arise. 5 practice periods are urged, allowing a full minute for each. It's just 5 minutes for the whole day, guys. In the practice periods, begin by repeating the idea to yourself. Then close your eyes and search your mind carefully for situations past, present, or anticipated that arouse anger in you. That anger may take the form of any reaction ranging from mild irritation to rage. The degree of the emotion you experience does not matter. You will become increasingly aware that a slight twinge of annoyance is nothing but a veil drawn over intense fury. Try therefore not to let the little thoughts of anger escape you in this practice period. Remember that you do not really recognize what arouses anger in you, and nothing you believe in this connection means anything. You will probably be tempted to dwell more on some situations or persons than others, on the fallacious, I got it the third time, grounds that they are more obvious. This is not so. It is merely an example of the belief that some forms of attack are more justified than others. As you search your mind for all the forms in which attack thoughts present themselves, hold each one in mind while you tell yourself, I am determined to see. You can name the person differently. I am determined to see, name the situation or the event differently. Try to be as specific as possible. You may, for example, focus your anger on a particular attribute or a particular person, believing that the anger is limited to this aspect. If your perception is suffering from this form of distortion, say, I am determined to see, specify the attribute. I'm determined to see the quality, the whatever, the attribute in this person differently. Now, notice that it's not saying In what different way are we determined to see him? What we're doing right now is unraveling our identity as an ego. We're not denying the ego. We're not pushing the ego away. We're not making an enemy of the ego. We are just unraveling our personal belief that that is only and exactly what we are. I want to see differently. I am determined to see differently. It's not telling you what to see or how to see it or when to see it. It's just saying, I am determined to see there's another way. There's just another way. I'm determined to see my anger differently. I'm determined to see my resentment differently. I am determined to see my grievances differently. I'm determined to see my limits differently. That's it. Lesson 21. Any questions, guys? Hey, Monkey Man, how are you, my friend? That is lesson 21. Hey, Brian. That's not good. If I were you, I'd go to the doctor, Brian. 24 days till Valentine's Day. The pressure's on. The pressure's on, guys. 21 complete. 1 minute, 5 times a day. So weird, my holy greeting to Sozi disappeared. She got it, though. You can see her reply up above. Cruising through, man. Cruising through. Lesson 21 in the books. So I went to bed last night with the news that my, without notice, no idea why, my health insurance has been terminated. No letter, no phone call. I ordered a medication about a week ago, and I received a note saying that my medication couldn't be sent to me without reason why. So I called up and they said, "Oh, you don't have insurance. It was canceled in December." I guess maybe eventually they would have let me know, right? Might do a Valentine's Day special. It's a possibility. This guy says, "I am determined not to have nightmares anymore again, Yogi." It might be out of our control, somewhat. Hey, Carl. Good morning. Breath work before bed helps. Here's the good thing about nightmares: you are burning off that the energy. You're burning off that day's karma. You're burning off all the stored pent up frustrations, the fears that we have, and now you can leave them behind. I can read out loud Chatter's Valentine's wishes to other chatters. You can do that. We all send our Valentine's greetings to others to read out loud and live. What day is Valentine's Day anyway? We'll see if I have. Shoot, we'll see if I have a guest. That's right, guys. I'm official. I have a calendar. I had to get that for the guests coming up, as I have made mistakes. It's on a Saturday. I have made mistakes as far as double booking, double scheduling people. Speaking of which, again, no guests this afternoon. She had to cancel with some family obligations. Completely understandable. Uh, we'll see if Stamper can make it. Like I said, he's been awful busy. Carl says, I'm good. The channel's going well. Awesome, Carl. Well deserved. Miss Pippa says, congrats on becoming official. Calendars make it official. And Anna says, so what about the medication you were talking about, Yogi? I won't get it anymore. It will be unaffordable. Was this a guy that used to have the most terrible nightmares constantly? I have a couple reoccurring ones. They are fortunately a little less than they used to be. What's the blue shield for? Is there a blue shield? Where's the blue shield, Carl? Um, oh, Friday. Again, my guest for the afternoon, it's not going to be able to make it. They don't have a guest on Thursday. Monday, we have a shaman showing up. And next Wednesday, Martin Ball, who is, we could sort of say Martin is a modern day shaman. He has used plant medicine specifically as a means of awakening. He's going to be up. I got to figure out the best way to have a conversation with him. Saturday, Catherine Dufflo. Catherine's a friend. She's also really good friends with Vicky Poppy. She's been practicing the course for 40 years, maybe. Her and I, we're going to get a little political. So this is going to come with a trigger. We're not going to get political as in this side versus the other side. We're going to get political in the means of what can we do to erase sides? What can we do to join together? What can we do to see things as a family of humanity versus left, right, good, bad, whatever? What if we were able to recognize the inherent light within all of us and approach life and politics from there? Let's see. Who else? Oh, on Friday, Tina Spalding. I was going to bring Tina up on YouTube. Look up YouTube, Tina Spalding. She wrote a book called Year of Forgiveness that is going through the workbook of A Course in Miracles with commentary from Jesus. She has been channeling Jesus. You might say, nah, that ain't possible. Maybe. Find out. Tune in. See what she has to say. She is channeling Jesus and Ananda. This is what the description for her channel. Explore the channel teachings of Ananda, Jesus, and other high and frequency beings speaking through Tina Louise Spalding. Ananda is a group consciousness who care deeply about humanity and share the deep knowledge and wisdom about the human mind, our world, nature, and the universe. Jesus started channeling through Tina in 2013 at the end of the book, Great Minds Speak to You. He has written his autobiography through her. This channel teaches only love and offers different ways of looking at ourselves and society. So come to these broadcasts with an open heart and mind and be willing to listen before judging. We are here to assist in your awakening process. So she is, Tina is a student teacher of A Course in Miracles. And again, hey, everyone has a right to be doubtful of anything that they are doubtful of. I'm not here to convince anyone that any teaching that ever any teacher is correct and 100% and is meant for you. I have no idea. By the way, Tina also had a spontaneous um, Kundalini awakening through practicing an intense period of forgiveness. I want to talk to her about that. I know many of you are interested in Kundalini awakening. Hey, Parajat. So she's going to be Friday. Miss Pepper says, what can be done to heal division? Yes, that's what we're going to talk about. Hey, Explore Kenya, how are you, my friend? We want to talk about possibilities. Carl says, how's Cat? Cat is not feeling well at all. Cat, we're sending Cat prayers, we're sending Cat love. But she's getting news, she's getting information. It's not for me to say too much about Cat. She can share. What's going on Friday, Carl? He said, don't mention it to you. I don't want to mention it. Um, I won't mention it, but I hope everything's okay for you. Yes, so love to Cat. Blue cheer, blue shields after a name in the chat. There's a blue shield. I don't see blue shields. I see wrenches. I see members. I don't see blue shields. Persian, I hope you're doing well, my friend. Explore Kenya, I hope you're doing well. What's it says? Used to have nightmares with an evil Mickey Mouse. Wow, chasing me. I'd hide and he'd find me and say, haha, I found you. And that voice of his, no joke. Wow. Sissy says, I believe it is possible. Good. That's where it starts. Lady Sky says, prayers for Cat and Jack. Thank you, Lady Sky. Thank you, Anna. Melissa says, Sissy is asking for the bell for Cat. Definitely. Melissa says, left versus right, deliberate divide and conquer, false paradigm. Designed to morally lower everyone to accept the unacceptable just because fear and the evil of the other side. I agree with that. Well, 91. Awesome. Hey, Sherry. Sissy says, happy birthday to your great aunt. Guys, if anyone is sound sensitive, lower the volume, turn it off. Just for a count of three. We're ringing the bell 3 times for Cat and Jack, sending prayers, sending love, joining in intent for a great healing. You ready, guys? We love you, Cat. Hey, Sherry. Enrique gives a salute. Salute back to you, my friend. Any questions about lesson 21? This is for healing or good morning to you, my friend. We ring the bell as a healing ritual or as a blessing or condolences or for safety. But we're not specifically we're whatever channel. Whatever is there to talk about, we talk about. Hey, Star Seeker. Good morning, my friend. Num says, Okay, I got you. So this morning, we were doing a lesson a day in the morning live streams of A Course in Miracles. And then we talk about other stuff. Lesson 21, just a yogi, whatever. Just a yogi doing whatever in his basement. Sissy says, neither political, religious, nor ultra spiritual. Yep. Although, I would say it's a fully spiritual channel. That that's the means of what we're offering. Num says the bell got my attention. That is a Tibetan meditation bell. It was originally meant you ring it right before your meditation, right after your meditation. Again, we sort of use it as an all-purpose blessing prayer bell. Everyone's saying good morning to our new friend. Welcome in, by the way. Appreciate you being here. Lady Sky says, ringing the bell for bad nightmares to go away. Yes. Have a blessed day too, Star Seeker. Oh, it's a blessing? It can be a blessing. Everything depends on the intent that we put behind it. If the intent is for the blessing, we ring the bell for a blessing. If it's for healing, for prayer, for safety, for recognizing a memorial, all purpose. That's the wonderful thing about intent. Everything changes. Everything is able to flow depending on the intent that we put behind it. Nope says usually it's for healing, but that's cool. I'm big into frequency and healing, etc. Me too. We have other tools. I have a little tuning fork. I have the love tuner, which is a whistle that is set at the, what is it, Sissy? 432 hertz. When a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. Hey, Nama, I appreciate that. You put me one step closer to regaining that 9K that I lost in a swoop. Starseeker says, Lady Sky, isn't you live today? Lady Sky says, it was yesterday, Starseeker. I made grasshopper brownies in memory of my late dad. Yep, I was there. Num says, thank you guys, I'm new here. Well, I appreciate you being here. Sissy says 432 hertz and 528 miracle tones. Starseeker says, ugh. You stuck at 2K. Well, we're going to get you one step closer. We're going to get you one step closer to the direction that you'd like to head to. Holy cow, man. 600-pound deadlift. You definitely got my support. Where are you right now in your deadlift? That's incredible. My best deadlift, 1990, in a deadlift competition was 420. Well done, my friend. I see that big squat there too, 425 squats. Are you competing? Hey, Jamie. Hey, Jamie. Subscribe to our new friend, Numb Aesthetics. You enjoy his work. Jamie's Don't think he's doing it right now, but he was doing some pretty heavy deadlifts too. 9K that took you subs. I think a few just dropped away. I think there's. I think people are messing with me. I'm not paranoid, but I'm pretty convinced someone's looking at me right now. Alt accounts, we just keep chugging along. Says just getting back into training. Says no, I'm not ready. Are you thinking about it though? Is that like been training since 2021? Let's get that 600-pound deadlift, my friend. Guys, I hope everyone reaches out to Numb Aesthetics. That's my goal, but I'm at 585. 15 pounds, you'll get it. What kind of training modality are you following? Have you ever done the 5-3-1? Sissy's connected. Awesome, guys. Num says, yeah, I want to, but I want to get the 600 first. Thank you, guys. Full support, my friend. Sherry says, what do you mean, Yogi? Or can you say messing with you? Oh, like not anything seriously. That, people who might have alt accounts are sort of, let's unsubscribe and make them work for it. Love to you too, Salina. Thank you so much. And again, I don't think it's. I don't know. I know. I had 9,006 the other day, and we were joking about it here, and we were saying, 9,006 feels pretty safe. 9,001, when you sit at that number, it can go in any direction. It can go back down. And I was like, you know what? I feel pretty safe at 9,006. I don't think it's going to head in the other direction. The next day, I was at 8,996. And I was like, well, I stand corrected. It can go anyway. And it's been sitting right about here. But hey, thanks to our good friend, Numb Aesthetics, I'm inching a little closer, guys. I'm at 8,997. 3 to go. Plus some. Not gonna lie, those guys. My channel has taken a hit. And I think it's a lot. Changing directions, algorithms are trying to catch up with me. Not everyone's aboard with some of the changes. There's a little less interaction on a lot of the live streams because I have guests up. Sherry says, YouTube is a modern Wild West. Why does that make me want to put on a 10-gallon hat? Break out my spurs. Luke says, hello, my favorite yogi. Could you talk a bit about transcendental meditation? I can talk a bit about transcendental meditation. In 1990-something, I wanted to learn transcendental meditation. I have a book back there. I've had it for years by Ram Dass. And it was about meditation, and of course it didn't teach it, but it offered resources, and it had information on my area in order to learn. Turns out I could not afford transcendental meditation. I can't afford transcendental meditation now. Now they do offer scholarships. It's a very, very, very important meditation. I'm a big fan of the Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. We had Mark Landau, who was high up in the Maharishi circle. He's been a 2-time guest, and I have the great pleasure of talking to him behind the scenes once a week or so. Good guy, really good guy. 79 years old, and he is so full of energy and inspiration. He's writing songs, he's writing a play. Anyway, uh, he actually left the movement behind. Various reasons, one of which he felt that the Maharishi did not face his own shadows, and it surfaced a bit in his teachings. So I started looking for viable means of learning something else. I particularly wanted to practice a mantra based, a yogic Vedic meditation technique. I had been doing what's called passage meditation as taught and offered by Eknath Swaran, which is a wonderful meditation, but I just felt called to move on to something else. So I was intermittently practicing some Buddhist meditation as well. I came across primordial sound meditation, which was brought back from India by Deepak Chopra, who was high up. He was the head of the Ayurvedic medicine field in the Transcendental Meditation movement. But him and the Maharishi had a bit of a falling out. Deepak went back to India. He consulted with rishis, who are the wise men, sages, saints, Ayurvedic astrologers, which is different, Vedic astrologers, which is different than regular astrology, um, yogis, all kinds of people. And he brought back another form of mantra meditation, where the only difference between that, the practice of that and transcendental meditation are the same. The difference is where the mantra is derived from. Primordial sound meditation, the mantra is derived through, again, Vedic astrology, corresponding the frequency. Our friend Num was asking about frequencies. The frequency that was the moment you were born, the moment you came from the unmanifest, the realm of pure spirit, of the infinite, to the body, to the finite, to the manifest. And when we meditate on that frequency, it allows us to return back to the unmanifest. It takes us from the finite to the infinite, from the body to spirit. Hey, Brett. So it is the same, what it says, you own a 10-gallon hat. Every good cowboy has to own a 10-gallon hat. Unfortunately, I'm not a very good cowboy. I don't own a 10-gallon hat. You know, I'm not making a whole lot of money right now. This is going to be sad. I don't want to bring everyone down. I can only afford a 3-gallon hat, and it looks ridiculous on me. I'm not going to break it out. I'm not going to wear it. I might put on my chaps and my spurs if anyone wants. But man, there's nothing sadder than a man with a 10-gallon hat head coming out in a 3-gallon hat. It's sad. I don't want to bring everyone down. Luke says, why does it cost so much? It kind of puts me off a bit. I would really like to get a mantra, but I'm suspicious. Should I get a mantra according to my birthday? Well, here's the thing. I came across primordial sound meditation taught by Deepak Chopra and trained meditation teachers. I began practicing in about 1997. My life became filled with synchronicities, inspiration. I always wanted to be a writer, and I would write, and then I'd hit a wall, and I'd go long stretches without writing. I began writing. I've written every single day, every day without fail since then. In 2021, after my father died, and I was a caregiver, by the way, meditation and breath work, my yoga practice, as well as practicing A Course in Miracles, lifesavers for anyone who is a caregiver. I could not have done what I did without meditating. When my father passed away, I was not only grieving the loss of my father, I was grieving the loss of an identity. All I had known for a decade with my dad was caregiver, and then years before, being a caregiver with my dad for my mom who was suffering Alzheimer's. So I meditated and I prayed and I asked, so what do I do now that I'm no longer a caregiver? And there was an intuitive, thank you, I appreciate that. There was an intuitive voice. Hey, Jennifer Brown, nice to see you again. Jennifer and Jamie Brown. Um, an intuitive voice that said, continue being a caregiver. But now I have, hey, Selma, I had everyone to care for. Everyone fell under my responsibility to be a caregiver for. That was uh, the beginning of becoming a meditation teacher, which is nominally my profession. I'm a professional meditation teacher, breathwork coach, um, and that's what I teach. That's how I'm supposed to be making a living. However, when you have a gift, and I was given the gift of meditation, I have a hard time charging people for it. Um, so I am a certified through the Chopra Foundation primordial sound meditation teacher. Uh, both primordial sound meditation and transcendental meditation are derivative of that great source of Vedic consciousness, of which all um, yogic Vedic meditation fall under. Mantra based. The only difference is where the mantra is derived from. And I've told people here, if you're a member of my channel, I will teach you for free. So if if you got the membership, which is 99 cents a month. However, I've amended that. Also, I will teach by donation, and there's no such thing as a small donation. If you donate a quarter, if you donate a kind word, if you come here and say, man, that's a really nice and shiny head. I really appreciate the fact that you come here and you're shine it up each morning to offer it to us. If you go to someone else's channel and you subscribe and you like and you leave a kind word and you come back and say, hey, I donated a kind word to this channel. More so, if you go to a channel of someone that you don't like and just put in a kind word, they don't even have to know why you're doing it. And just say, you don't even have to tell me. Just say, I donated. I'll take you at your word. You did something that you considered. What's it says? Straight gallon bummer. It is tragic. I will teach you meditation for free for whatever donation that you give. Send me an email. We'll set up the time. Sherry says, funny, that is what I thought before you just explained your new purpose. Sherry, thank you, my friend. Thank you. So that purpose has taken other ways. So now it's primarily my YouTube channel, showing up 3 times a day, and just being a presence. Num says, you seem like a down-to-earth guy. That's why I subbed. I appreciate that, Num. I just try to be, well, it sounds like a oxymoron, right? I've been called worse. Trying to be authentic. Can you try to be authentic? If you're trying, are you really authentic? Thank you, Selena. It's going on 6 o'clock for me. We're gonna end the live stream in just a minute. I'll be live again. Again, I was supposed to have a guest this afternoon, but she won't be able to make it. Our next guest is, again, I don't know if Sniper's going to be up for the Esoteric Lounge. He's fully immersed in what he's doing right now. Good for him. Love seeing anyone inspired. So Luke, let me know. Reach out, send me an email, and we'll set up something to meditate. Num says we're in the same time zone. So I'm live at 5 a.m. every morning, 1 in the afternoon, and 5:25 in the evening. Yep, 5:53. Jamie says, we're going live soon. You're all welcome to join me in the chat. What's the subject tonight, Jamie? It's going to be open forum. Selma, I hope you're having a good day so far. Miss Pippa said I could always saw off a Clorox bottle and wear it as a hat. Well, is that 10 gallons? She says I'm Eastern Standard Time here in Canada too. I might have to immigrate to Canada in order to get a citizenship in order to get my health care back. Num says, all right, cool, this is very calming. Yep, so we do breath work, we talk about meditation. I talk a lot about A Course in Miracles, um, which is my path of forgiveness. I consider it the fifth path of yoga, the secret path. And we bring up guests, but we have guests from all different traditions. I have a lot of Course in Miracles teachers, students. But on Monday, we got a shaman coming in. We have, hold on, guys, Joe Schaefer. Check out his channel, his YouTube channel. He is a shaman in the Toltec. If you're familiar with Carlos Castaneda and Don Miguel Ruiz, Don Miguel wrote the Four Agreements. That's Toltec wisdom, all of it. He's going to be up. We're going to just talk about all things shamanism. Martin Ball's going to be up 2 days afterwards. Martin, I don't think Martin would consider himself a shaman, but he has experienced a profound awakening through the use of meditation and plant-based medicine. Melissa says, that's a great question. If you're trying to be authentic, are you being authentic? I think you can authentically be trying to be authentic. Sherry says Canada's healthcare is currently a nightmare, but it's universal though, right? I mentioned earlier, right before I went to bed last night, I discovered my insurance was canceled in December. They never got around to letting me know. Jennifer says, good answer. Num says that makes sense. Miss Ripper says only 1 gallon. So I would have to take 10 Clorox bottles and cut them all up, duct tape them together to make a 10-gallon hat. That would be ridiculous, but just ridiculous enough for me to give it a try. Don't be surprised if I show up one morning with 10 1-gallon Clorox bottles taped together and taped to my head. Then who's going to be laughing, huh? Probably all of you guys. Anna says, can you get it back? Num says, shit, really? Yep. Don't know why. I don't know if I can get it back, Anna. Don't know. Num says, can you get it back? I sent an email. My ex-wife said I needed to reapply, but we'll see. It's not a great position. I'm in good shape. I'm 60 years old. I'm on medication that's not really for anything in particular, like health-wise. But I do have some things to keep a watch on, which I do. Sherry says it's supposed to be, since you get a doctor specialist and wait times for emergency surgeries can be many years. Wow, it's not really universal, but that's just a start. I will, Anna. Thank you. Guys, Sissy has her premiere coming up. What time is the premiere? Num says, oh, I thought you was in your 40s. Thank you, Num. I've basically worked out every day of my life since I was 11 years old. Working out for different things. Sometimes the workout, just compromised a easy jog or a long walk or something. But I've done everything from powerlifting, training for bodybuilding, but I never competed in bodybuilding. Olympic limping. Yes, I was an Olympic limper. Came in first place in the 1988 Summer Olympics. No one could limp faster than I could back in 1988. Um, Them says, me too. I'm 25 now. I've competed in a few martial art tournaments. I mainly judo. I did the very first Baltimore, DC, Northern Virginia Brazilian Jiu Jitsu tournament back in 1993. I have the T-shirt in the other room still. Yes, I have T-shirts older than some of you people here. Uh, competed in kettlebell sports. I'm back to training for kettlebell sports after a 10+ year break, in which I did ultra running for a little over a decade. Finished my first 100-mile race about a week after my 50th birthday. Num says 1,000 push-ups and 1,000 sit-ups every day since I was 14. Wow, well done. You do any burpees? We got a lot of burpee friends here. High rep burpees. Medical euthanasia is illegal in Italy, so we have people just die in the streets. Wow. There's a better way. There's a better way. Miss Pippa says, dang num, that's impressive. It is impressive. That's like Herschel Walker impressive. Melissa says, peace out, everyone. Got to get the trash. Oh, man. Thanks for reminding me. I'm going to take out recycling. Hey, Mark. Listening, restreaming, playing Stone Roses. I will stop in to smart attic remarks. Well, I appreciate that. We know we always appreciate you stopping in. Hey, Luke, if you're still here, if you're listening, reach out to me and we will we'll get that mantra for you. Num says, then I started powerlifting in 2021. I enjoyed powerlifting. I wanted to, I never got around to doing it. When I was ultra running, I was still strength training because I wanted to be a strong ultra runner, but I wasn't training to be strong, if that makes sense. Because it's hard to do, not impossible, but you know what they say, if you're the law of specificity, train for what you want to be good at. So I wanted to be a strong ultra runner, which meant that my ultimate strength took a hit. But I knew some people who would run a 50-mile race and the same day deadlift 500 pounds. I did not think that I was going to be able to deadlift 500 again. But I thought, especially with a trap bar, that I might be able to do a 50-mile race and deadlift 400 pounds. Trap bar deadlift, which is an easier deadlift. Yeah, I lost a lot of weight in order to be a better ultra runner. Them says, no, I understand. If you cut weight, you lose strength. You bulk and strong, but not flexible. Yep. And it's a lot of weight to carry with you on those long distance runs. We didn't see Sniper this morning. Sherry says, Miss Flipper, I get the purpose, but it's being pushed on people. So we'll talk about some of this Saturday in a very loving tones. No one is meant to, there's not going to be sides. We want to eliminate religious sides, political sides, at least for the extent of a single conversation. Them says, most definitely, it's heavy on the bones. So now I'm back to kettlebell sport training, which is a kettlebell long cycle, which is the clean and jerk, kettlebell jerks, and kettlebell one-arm snatches. All right, guys. So I'm going to head out. I'm going to take my walk. It's cold outside, but it's going to get colder. On Saturday, it's going to be a high of 16 degrees, a high of 16. And expecting maybe an ice storm. If you're on the East Coast, if you're in this area, be safe. Stock up now on some stuff if you might need it. Love you too, Sherry. Num, thanks for coming in, my friend. We'll see you at 6 a.m. or p.m. again. Yep, I'll be here every day without fail. I'm someone who likes a good streak. When I start doing something, man, I stick with it forever. You guys are stuck with me. All right. Love you guys. Take care.